National Army Day is amongst the most celebrated days in January, and today's special episode is to commemorate the valor and courage of our armed forces and show our gratitude for their supreme sacrifices, and at the same time how Nehru's policies and thinking weakened the office of the Army Chief. Hello everyone, I am Avantika and you are watching New India Junction. Apart from the valor, Army Day is also meant to commemorate the actual transfer of power from the British to the Indians. On 15 January 1949, General KM Cariappa became the first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army. He is the same man who also led Indian forces on the Western Front during the First India-Pakistan War over Kashmir in 1947. In his biography written by his son Air Marshal KC Cariappa, recalls a few key instances and throws light on what was going behind the scenes. KC Cariappa, a squadron leader in the Air Force at the time of the 1965 war, was once captured in Pakistan. When the Pakistanis learned about his identity, they offered his release. But General Cariappa, he not just refused but asked the Pakistani general to treat him like any other prisoner of war. It certainly takes devotion for the nation and nerves of steel. During the First India-Pakistan War in 1947, General Cariappa asked Nehru why the Indian Army was not being allowed to evict the frontier tribesmen supported by Pakistan. That it was the government that dictated policy and not the army. While the army was confident and sure that they could easily clear Kashmir, they were ordered to cease fire. And later Nehru was remorseful that he had done so and reportedly communicated to the general how Cariappa was right and the army should have been allowed in Kashmir for 15 more days. Another incident in 1951 had Nehru telling Cariappa that it was not for the army to decide who the enemies of the nation are. This happened when the Indian Army caught Chinese troops with maps of the Northeast Frontier Agency, which is now Arunachal Pradesh, showing them as part of Kashmir. In 1951, Nehru had a clash with Cariappa and objected to him airing his political views. To reprimand him, he was sent to Australia as High Commissioner. This was not a reward because it was done to prevent him from entering politics. Nehru was warned of the threat from China way before the 1962 war with China by another general, K.S. Thimaiyya, lovingly called Timmy. But Nehru did not pay much heed as he was under the influence of Krishna Menon, who was his defense minister, and India had to face a humiliating defeat in 1962. Pandit Nehru made the army responsible for the Northeast Frontier Agency without providing the additional resources that were required. This allowed the Chinese to claim that India was the aggressor, an opportunity they don't even miss now. General Thimaiyya felt that it was a meaningless gesture as it compromised the army. General Thimaiyya, after reeling under the politics of survival and subterfuge, decided to resign. He was persuaded by Pandit Nehru to stay. But even then, the resignation was leaked to the media and he was sidelined by Nehru in the parliament. This damaged General Thimaiyya and he was seen as a defeatist and an alarmist. This is how Nehru weakened the office of the Army Chief. PM Modi, on the other hand, said, "When soldiers guard our borders, people sleep without fear." The first Chief of Defence Staff, CDS General Bipin Rawat, was hailed as a visionary, scholar soldier, and has been revered for his professionalism, principles, conviction, and decisiveness by the Indian government of the day. This reminds us, the current generation, how in the past only a few families were dominating and taking off all the credits that actually belonged to our martyrs and soldiers. Well, that's it for today's video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to New India Junction. This is Avantika signing off. Until next time.